So I want to ask you, is Halloween under or over commercialized?
Oh, well, yeah. Fuck Spirit Halloween, if that's what you mean, Cam.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we should have 4 months of Halloween.
Yeah, there'd be so many shows.
Instead of having 4 months of Christmas. I mean, please.
It's a bit of a war on Halloween, would you say?
People have already started saying Valentine's Day is just a money-making thing. People have for years have been saying Christmas is just a super Catholic anti-cultural way of making money and ostracizing people that don't belong. Eventually, they'll probably say it about Halloween as well.
At number 5, you have Shocker.
Yeah.
Which is, this is a 1985 Wes Craven movie. This is one of his least or less popular movies. So why what's so awesome about the soundtrack?
I'll let you take this one, Rip.
Well, I know this one was not as like big at the box office as, say, you know, Nightmare or Hills of Eyes, but the soundtrack here is really classic. I mean, the Dudes of Wrath, I mean, they really take this one. I mean, one of those all-time heavy metal super groups. I mean, you got Vivian Campbell and fucking Tommy Lee, Desmond Child, Paul Stanley, Rudy Zarzo on the bass. And then, you know, beyond that, you also got Alice Cooper in there, right? Laying down some shock dance vocals with Mitch from the movie. And who could forget, you know, Kane Roberts. He was actually the...
he was in the movie, wasn't he?
Yeah. He played the construction worker that, like, you know, Horace jumps into, you know, when he's going through the girl.
In the park!
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys, there's a super group that was made just for this movie soundtrack called Dudes of Wrath, which, like you said, features Paul Stanley, Tommy Lee, the third best guitarist from Def Leppard, and...
If I could just grab hold of Paul Stanley's balls and attach them to where mine are to have that fucking vibe, you know what I mean? We'd be making millions of dollars here.
I know what you mean. Yeah, absolutely. So, and it's like every song on this thing sounds like the perfect 80s.
It's so 80s. It's like the epitome of 80s rock and roll.
So you guys did a cover from one of the songs on this, right? The title track, Shocker.
Definitely, because it was our first music video. It was our first bringing everyone together. It was the first song that the entire band said, you know what? We want to play this fucking track.
The rallying cry.
And all the songs we play, you know, at least 2 or 3 of us like it, but to have the whole band say, we got to play Shocker to the best of our abilities and record it to the best of our abilities was a challenge, and we get flack because people have said, oh, it's too fast, it's too whatever. But we're trying to bring this into the now. We're trying to make it a bit 2020. And you know, we're paying homage to all of it. It's still the biggest, best. It tops anything being made now.
Awesome. Okay. Moving on then. So at number 4, you have the Nightmare on Elm Street 4 soundtrack.
Yeah, and 4 is number 4.
The Dream Master is the title of this entry in the series.
I mean, everybody always thinks about Doc and Dream Warriors. Part 3, right, baby? That's our anthem. We play that every show without fail. But we have to say Part 4, just because, you know, the sheer volume of tracks.
Every song.
Hit after hit. You got the Dramarama, anything, you know. Billy Idol, Sinead O'Connor, Divinals, I mean, Vinnie Vincent, Invasion.
A lot of people are going to like look at this list and be like, why isn't number 3 Dream Warriors the pick? I mean, it's obviously, like you said, it has that Dokken classic track. In terms of movies, Dream Warriors is probably better than Dream Master, I would think.
Absolutely, but I would say soundtrack, Nightmare 3, yeah, it's Dream Warriors. It's more of a single, but I'm saying like as a full album.
And that's where, Cam, we want to make this known to you and everybody listening right now.
That's right.
That this list we've created is for the whole soundtrack, start to finish. Name another really good song from Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah, I can't remember any. Yeah, it's just that Dokken song.
From start to finish, the films that we have chosen are from start to finish the best soundtrack because there's still 1 or 2 tracks versus 7 or 8.
Yeah, more of a compilation, we're thinking.
Gotcha. Okay, so then at number 3, you have Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Yeah, so this is a classic vampire movie. So this is like pre-Twilight, teen heartthrob vampires. It's a classic 80s movie. It's got 2 Coreys, both the Coreys, mullets on Kiefer Sutherland. It's incredibly 80s.
I sold him drugs once.
Yeah, I think I did too. Or no, he was at one of my shows once, and he was a mess. Yeah. So now this is an interesting soundtrack. So I read over the track list, and nothing really jumps out in terms of me recognizing it, you know. But when I watched the movie in preparation for this, I kind of felt like it was really like a dark pop album or like a synth heavy kind of. It's less heavy metal than some of your choices on this list. So why'd you choose it?
Yeah, it's a bit more new wave, but you know,
we like to embody the 80s again, Cam, and so much of the 80s, although it was coming into the metal, it was coming into the Megadeth and the Metallicas, it really was still in that kind of synth, almost in that late Clash sounding even. You can talk about Slade, you can talk about any of those kind of bands of the time that were kind of coming out and change it to even embody the horror genre, like Cult, like these bands that really were almost goth rock and started the kind of, they put lipstick on Robert Tepper, you know, they took what was kind of poppy and they made it almost even scarier.
I think what my far out undead friend here is trying to say that what other movie could you say perfectly encaptured not only the 80s, like a period in time, but also like the essence of that film?
Moving on. At number 2, we have Demons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
This is not directed by Dario Argento, but written and produced.
We're here, Motley Crue.
Right. So Motley Crue is on the soundtrack. They have the song Save Our Souls. It's got Billy Idol. It's got Accept. It's got Saxon. It's basically the 80s.
Can
with
I
a little bit of
Fast as a Shark is seriously one of my favorite songs ever. It's so good, man.
Yeah. And Fast as a Shark is the best Accept song, and they play it during the famous samurai sword motorcycle scene.
Yeah.
So it's really used really well, right? It's really well placed. It basically feels like a video game. He's just like killing people for an extended period of time while they do like that shreddy, tappy solo.
Yeah.
Why is this number 2 then?
Oh, just like sheer volume of like classic bands, like you say. I mean, Billy Idol, Motley Crue, the Scorpions.
It's like the metal answer. It's the metal answer to that kind of Italian. It took what was really a foreign film and it brought it here with the music because the scenes were so American. The deaths were so American in kind of film history. It was filmed that way. So to put an American kind of rock and roll heavy metal soundtrack behind it, it made it so that film was, you know, sold everywhere here and people love it. To the fact that we just played a Demons concert last year for Horrorama. Yeah. People love it that fucking much.
Cool. All right. And number 1, the best horror movie soundtrack of all time is Return of the Living Dead.
No way.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
So what do you love about it?
What's the say?
Oh, well, where do we start? So you want, you know how you said what was kind of the bread and butter of Blood Opera? It really goes out.
It begins
to the bands and the director and everything behind that movie. You know, Cam, if I can tell you, we originally started as a band that was going to homage Return of the Living Dead, solely those songs, exclusively.
Yeah. Just Return of the Living Dead songs.
Just Return of the Living Dead. Because of that soundtrack, we actually approached MGM Entertainment to get the rights to the film, which fell through because the rights are still being argued over because it's so awesome. that we eventually decided to move on and play other songs and be the band that we are today.
I mean, It's not just a movie, it's a way of life.
Right. So it's the soundtrack has like a bunch of 80s kind of horror punk bands, but none of the poser stuff.
Yeah.
No Misfits,
The Cramps,
no Gun Club. Yeah,
Grave.
that's right. It's 45 Grave, Cramps, Damn, TSOL, Flesh Eaters.
Yeah.
It's like cream of the crop, front to back.
Rock, baby. You know, you've got your hard rock zombies. You know, you've got your, like I said, your George A. movies. We love them all, but for fucking soundtracks, Cam, you really can't beat the sexiness of SSQ, the cringiness of 45 Grave, the raunchiness of TSOL,
And let's not forget Rocky Erickson.
and Rocky
big
fucking
song.
Erickson. You know, the man who created psychedelic rock, really. Rest in peace,
From the
Rocky
Flame.
fucking Erickson.
See the shadow of a stranger. Turn around and your life's in danger. This crazy world's in a grave situation. Check the children, are they sleeping? Will they wake from the siren screaming? Don't blame the heavens cause it's man's creation. Yeah, shocker, shocker. We're led like lambs to the slaughter. Shocker, shocker. We're in the fire and it's just getting hotter.
Okay, so obviously cinema is a big part of your band. So how many VHS tapes do you guys own?
I think now we're at almost 700 tapes in this house.
Christ almighty.
Yeah, but Rip's got a good few hundred tapes in his.
Oh, no.
I've got all these cut boxes and these leftover rental tapes, but I fucking love those yellow Thriller stickers and those green horror stickers. I plaster them all over my nipples late at night. You know, but yeah, probably combined, I would say the band has probably almost 1,000 tapes, Cam. I did buy out a movie store, yeah.
Whoa. So you just, when Blockbuster was going out, you kind of just walked in and you're like, I'll take it all?
I didn't stop renting tapes until 2 years ago. Guy in the city I lived in said, "Hey man, do you want to buy my tapes? I can't afford to keep this place going." And I said, "Here's some cash." And he gave them all to me.
So are you like militantly pro VHS and anti DVD, anti Netflix, anti Blu-ray, or are you kind of okay?
If you want to get your special features, which are fucking amazing, your behind the scene makeups on your Blu-rays, go get them. They're fucking awesome. The artwork from some of those dudes that they put on that shit, Ghoulish Gary, the dude designs all that stuff. It is amazing. It plays better. The quality is epic. As long as you watch horror, get it in you however you can.
So you guys were talking about horror remakes. I wanted to ask you about that. So like the new It movie, the new Pet Sematary movie. What do you think of those?
We call it Pet Symmetry because there's so many cats that are the same.
As
Sorry,
far
that was
as
bad.
well,
These days, we're having to not only suspend our disbelief. So we have to suspend our wallets in thin air to pay for these films, which really are not like they're not even remakes. They're just like new.
All right, so you don't like remakes.
We love old remakes, the new remakes. We really do think they're a big money grab. You know, it's one thing to like horror, but it's another thing to come out of every single movie screening and go, well, that was fun.
Cool. So you guys, 2017, you release your cover of Shocker, the title track from the Shocker soundtrack. 2019, you drop an EP. What's coming up for Blood Opera Inc.?
Oh, baby!
here's the news.
Oh, we're dropping the news. So, when the virus has been postponed.
Once it says lifted.
Yes, once we either
Like
all
it
get it,
says.
die, and come back, or we finally get the cure, we plan on releasing our second music video, which is
Oh, yeah.
actually going to be kind of a raising funds secretly music video. Buy our stuff now, please, for our upcoming full-length album, Ken. So we are actually making a music video for Fanboy, which you can hear on our EP.
Right now.
Right now, you can find it on Bandcamp. You can find it on Google Play. You can find it on Spotify, all of your human listening platforms. And we're making a music video for that, which we're actually going to introduce a contest like we always do, that you can win a bunch of free shit, like being in the music video by funding it. So stay tuned, because all of our fans and the people that don't know they're fans yet are going to be dying and coming back to life to get a chance to be a part of our Fanboy music video. You can be in it too.
And so when do you think the new album will come out?
The whole plan for the album is not to be released until late 2020, early 2021. But that being said, we've got new EP releases coming out, because Monster Mailman from New Zealand, who is back in action, has created our VHS cassette tapes that are fucking so sick, put out by the Dupe Shop in Toronto. He's made all the cases for them. We're now releasing them with their individual cases by song. So we've got Christine cases, Omen cases, Hellraiser cases, everything off the EP. So we got those. Don't forget, they come with a free digital download. Every tape comes. In case you don't have a tape player, you can fucking exist in the 2020s and play it off of whatever, your computer and your iPod and your Nano, Click, Pikachu, Pokemon, whatever.
Yeah, MP3 players.
Sorry, MP3 players, right? So support your favorite band, The Living Dead, Cam.
I will do. Okay, well, that's all the questions I had. Thanks so much for coming on the call with me.
Thank you, human. So many questions. I'm fucking tired, Cam. God.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry about that.